Hello friends, it's been a minute since I've seen you guys. Today is Sunday, December 22nd. We're almost to the end of the year. I've completed 51 books. 3 of those I finished this morning. So clearly I should have filmed this video earlier today. Today's Sunday, I have to work tomorrow. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off for Christmas. I work Friday, and then I'm off for the next week. And that's like a lot of free reading time. It's like a week and a half basically, now that I've gotten my reading spark back. I have a feeling I'm going to do a lot of reading over the next week and a half. So let's talk about what I'm going to read. Basically, I don't know.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a
Today's the day after Christmas. I actually have not done all that much reading in the last 2 days that I've had off. Obviously, Christmas Day, we opened presents. We all hung out. I have a 1-year-old. She played with her presents, and we played with her for most of the day. And then in the evening, we went and looked at Christmas lights, which was really fun. Played some more with gifts. Obviously, we made dinner. Just kind of spent time together as a family. But I have done a little bit of reading, so I figured I would give you guys an update. So I am a little bit further on, I think it's called Truth of the Divine, the second in the Axiom's End trilogy. Yeah, Truth of the Divine. I'm 16% of the way through it, so still not very far at all, but I'm on page like 90 something, I think, and it's so fantastic. My husband has not started the second book, so once again I'm trying to hold myself back, unfortunately. But we just ordered the second book, and I think it will be here Saturday. Today is Thursday, in case I didn't say that. It's the day after Christmas, so that'll be here Saturday. I'm going to try to refrain from reading that a little bit, but I have a book club with my sisters and my stepmom, and we're starting Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I really don't know what this book is about, but I started it yesterday. I am partway through chapter 1, and it's interesting so far. I really do not... I don't even think I read the synopsis for that book, but I really don't know what it's about. And sometimes I think it's fun to go into a book blind. I think it makes it more interesting, especially with like a thriller. Sometimes it's just fun to see where the book goes. Rough right now because I just took my hat off. But I'm on lunch at work right now, and I figured I'd do a little reading check-in. So last night I read a short story. It's a Christmas short story. It was called Cruel Winter with You, I think, by Ali Jimenez. I finished it, so I've officially met my 3rd reading goal for the year. That makes 52 books. I started another winter-themed book called Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. I think I'm not very far. I'm only a handful of pages into it. But it's really cute. I forgot my Kindle, unfortunately, at home today, so I'm gonna read on my phone while I eat. I just finished The Holiday for the first time. I've never seen that movie before. I've seen like the opening before, but somehow never finished it. That was so good. And I think I'm in love with Jude Law now. He was like literally every one of my favorite male protagonists in any romance book ever. Like that awoke something within me. So I'm going to be thinking about that for the rest of my life. I'm at 23% now. My Kindle says I have like 3 hours left in the book, and this is so freaking cute so far. Christian and Megan's dynamic is so cute. I like the balance that they have between like Christian's grumpiness and Megan also being kind of grumpy, I guess. Like not super grumpy, she definitely is more outgoing, I think, and a little bit happier. But Christian is like the kind of grumpy that I can jive with. I think a lot of Grumpy Meets Sunshine books, not that I'm describing this as one, but a lot of Grumpy Meets Sunshine books are like books where the male main character is grumpy. Sometimes I feel like it's not even really being grumpy, it's just being a dick. And I don't want to read about somebody falling in love with a dick, you know? Like the way that they balanced it in this book. I also love that Megan goes into this agreement saying that it's dumb. And this is like a crazy thing to agree to, because I think a lot of times with a fake dating trope, it can get kind of silly where they just both immediately agree and they're like, yes, this is a genius plan. So I like that it felt more realistic. Like, she was like, this is ridiculous. Hey guys, today's Saturday, December 28th. I woke up at noon today. We stayed up until like 2 last night because my kid would not go to bed. But we did start this new farming game. It's called, what is it called? It's like Star Valley Farming? I don't know. Reading check-in. I'm 57% of the way through the book right now. And I've started to notice that sometimes on Kindle Unlimited reads, the page count will be off. I think because some books have like a really long acknowledgement section in the back and like credits. Because the last book I completed, I thought that I had quite a bit of it left, but when I finished it, it said I was only 80% of the way through it. Their like fake dating relationship doesn't feel super like forced and fake, I guess. It feels like they have like a genuine like of each other, like they could be friends. Sorry, my brain fog is crazy right now. I had this full cup of coffee and immediately was like, I need more than that. So we just ate. He's going to get more coffee right now, and we're just chilling. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, friends. Welcome to my dirty kitchen. Please don't judge me. I just finished Snowed In by Catherine Walsh, and that was so freaking good. I now have to read everything that Catherine Walsh has ever written. The characters were so incredibly well-rounded. They had their own hobbies. They had their own personality. It felt realistic. I literally felt like I could have been Megan's friend. Never reheated tamales before. I probably should have watched a YouTube video. Anyway, that was amazing. Probably one of the best rom-coms I've read this year. Obviously rated at 5 stars. Maybe this is controversial, but when I read an epilogue in a romance book, I really love when the characters get engaged in the epilogue. And listen, I know that that is like kind of cliche and maybe overdone, but I just think it's so cute. And so I was reading the epilogue and I was kind of expecting them to get engaged, but they did not. But it felt real for the characters, like considering that in the beginning of the book, Megan runs out. I don't even know that I told you guys what the book is about. So sorry. Let me give you a quick synopsis. In the beginning of the book, Megan is engaged to be married to this guy, Isaac. Okay, they've been together since they were 15. I think they're like 25 in the book. They say they've been together for like 10 years. Like, they've been together for a really long time. But again, in the beginning of the book, she runs out in the middle of the wedding. Like, before she goes down to see him, she's in her dressing room getting ready. She sneaks out and she runs away. Okay, and Christian sees her and he's like, hey, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tattle. And so she runs away. And then chapter 1 starts a year after that, maybe a little bit longer. She hasn't been back to her hometown. For Christmas, Christian and her both are planning to go home. Megan's brother is home from Australia. Like, this is a big Christmas and their families want them home. Well, they run into each other after not seeing each other for a while. They get together, and Christian has this idea that his family is like tired of seeing him alone every Christmas. They think that he's lonely and unhappy, and he doesn't feel like he is, but he's just tired of all that attention. So at least this one Christmas, he wants to change that, like to not even deal with it. He's like, let's fake date. That way my family doesn't think I'm lonely. You don't have to go home like by yourself after the last time she was there, she literally ran out on her own wedding. So he's like, at least you won't have to go back by yourself. It's going to be like a partnership thing. And she's like, you're ridiculous. This is the worst idea I've ever heard. And he's like, listen, I know this is silly. I know this is dumb. However, this could work for the two of us. So obviously they agree. They go back home for Christmas. That's the whole book, okay? That's like the beginning of the book. The rest of the book is them being home for Christmas, fake dating. And I think oftentimes fake dating can be like cheesy and not realistic, but this felt like so real. Like, it felt like it was being honest to the characters. It didn't feel like they were doing anything like insane, I guess. Not that fake dating is insane. Okay, we all know that, because who in real life is going to fake date somebody? But I don't know what to tell you guys. It was just so well done. It's just so good, guys. I would highly recommend. I had literally never heard of this book I was just like scanning Kindle Unlimited for like holiday romances because I wanted to read something like silly, goofy, and short. And I really don't read holiday romances like that. I purposely don't read them because I'm usually disappointed by them, but I just happened to be in the mood the last few days, and I was not disappointed. Like, and I feel like holiday romances have their own bracket that they get rated on usually. Like, you read like your regular romance throughout the year, and then there's like holiday romance, and it's like even a good holiday romance doesn't really, for me at least, or the people that I follow, it really doesn't like add up to a regular romance. Like, this tier kind of goes below that one. But this like stands up on its own, like as just a romance novel. So if that sounds interesting to you, I recommend reading it. Right now it's on Kindle Unlimited. Anyway, I'll let you guys know how these tamales are. I do want to start another book tonight, and I'm either going to try to find something else by Catherine Walsh, I think, or maybe I'll try another one of those like short holiday romances because I'm 2 for 2 right now. I have another check-in literally 40 minutes later. I read All by My Elf, and I feel like I used to be pretty candid about giving negative reviews specifically on like TikTok. That's where I do most of my book content, if you didn't know, which I guess doesn't matter now that it's getting banned. And I don't really do that so much anymore just because I feel like a lot of people aren't really interested in that. However, since this is my reading vlog, that book sucked. It's a novella. It's like 55 pages, I think. And there definitely is like a limited amount of storytelling you can do in 55 pages, obviously. And you don't really have very much time or very many pages to build the relationship between two characters, especially in a romance or like a rom-com. That was like 2 stars. 2 stars only because I finished it. And honestly, maybe I need to reread the description before I start judging this book. Let me see. Yeah, they're underpaid adjunct professors at the same university. It describes them as being on a holiday side hustle. They're stranded in a blizzard. They cuddle up for warmth and play Never Have I Ever. Okay, I thought that was going to be cute. However, the first like 10 pages of the book are spent talking about this odd side gig they have where they drive a mincemeat mobile. It's basically like a hot dog on wheels, advertising this odd food. And they talk about it like excessively in the beginning. Instead of using the precious pages that they have, they spend all this time talking about their weird side hustle. And I really feel like they didn't need to say all that much. I feel like when you tell people that you're driving a mince-mobile around for advertising, I think they get the point. I don't really think you need to go on about how odd your job is. They go to a dinner, and the rest of the book is just sex. But it feels super awkward because the characters aren't like fleshed out, and you barely know anything about them. And it feels like it's like so much exposition, and then they just have sex. Yeah, you know what? Just don't read it, okay? Or read it if you want to. But that kind of sucked. Hello, friends. I'm actually home pretty much for the rest of the day, but I wanted to show you the outfit that I wore earlier to run errands. I didn't bring you guys with me because I didn't think it'd be very interesting. But I wore this white sweater, my jean shorts, my cowgirl boots. I got these for Christmas from my dad, my stepmom, and my sisters, which was so sweet. And I love them. And I really only know how to wear cowgirl boots with dresses, so I'm trying to find more ways to wear them. I'm about 80 pages into A Cross Country Christmas by Catherine Walsh, and I'm just like not super excited about this book. I definitely think the other one I just read from her is significantly better, just because I think while this one has like a fun plot line, they both need a ride home for Christmas. She's scared of flying, and there's no train tickets available. He happens to be going to the same place, so they decide to ride together. And she had a crush on him growing up. He's going through something, so he's wanting to like relive this trip he took before. That's not really clear yet, like what happened. I think that storyline is really cute. Why are you yelling? Sit next to me if you want. Like, the idea for the story is cute, but I think I'm just like having a hard time relating to the characters. I guess the female main character, they definitely have like a really heavy like black cat golden retriever energy. Her being the black cat of the two, and him being the golden retriever. She's kind of taking out her past feelings on him. She used to have a major crush on him. She's embarrassed by it, and I guess he used to be like a player in his past, and she holds that against him. And so she's kind of just like a huge bitch to him, like the whole story so far. And she kind of has this internal dialogue where she's like, why am I being like this? Like, I'm being kind of terrible. He doesn't really deserve this, but she keeps doing it. I just don't really like love that dynamic, even when it's flipped. Like even when the guy is like the black cat and like what else do people call it? It's like grumpy sunshine. I don't really like that dynamic when it feels like one of them is just being like mean. Grumpy I can deal with, but like not really mean. I just don't like that. My child did in fact stay up quite late last night, so I finished A Cross Country Christmas. I decided to rate it 2.5 stars. I might bump that back up to like 2.75 when authors introduce like a random third character that comments on the main two's relationship. Like someone that's like, oh my god, you guys aren't together? I can't believe it. Like, you guys are just made to be together. And that kind of like spurs the main characters into being like, oh my god, maybe we should be together. Like privately, and then it usually takes them a while to actually get together. That happened like, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 5 times in this book it happened because, well, I guess I don't want to spoil it for you, but at least 5 times. And I think that that's enough times. I think 2 would have been enough times. Or honestly, 1 could have been enough times. I will not be reading the sequel. I also just didn't enjoy this book very much, so I feel like, why would I read the sequel to a book I didn't really like? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Today's December 31st. It is New Year's Eve. And while I would like to think I'm a pretty speedy reader, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish another book today unless I'm reading like a really short novella. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know I'm probably not going to finish another book. Oh, also, I have a question for you guys. So I used Goodreads the last several years. Really popular, not surprising. This year I switched over to Storygraph, and I really like Storygraph. My problem is it's like more casual readers don't tend to use it. Everybody I've talked to that's not super, I don't want to say not super into reading, but like is not on like Bookstagram or Book Talk, they don't know what it is. And so I can't really use it like a social platform really. Fable is blowing up right now, and I use Fable because I have a couple of book clubs that I'm in on there. And I've seen a lot of people switching over to Fable just to log their reading in general. So I just want to know how you guys are logging your books, because I'm trying to decide what I want to do for next year. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this reading vlog. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me. Thank you for listening to me read and complain about books. You can also find me on Bookstagram. I'll link it below. I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays. Stay safe. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.